Not yet, I don't think. Yes, it can do the contract automation. That sort of stuff, yes, definitely can replace some of the junior lawyers from that point of view. But a little bit like, definitely going to a lawyer, maybe it's a little bit like going to a doctor or an accountant, but it's not black and white. Going to a specialist doctor or a specialist lawyer is not black and white. And as I mentioned before, you can go to two equally qualified, very good lawyers in Dubai, for example, and you'll get very good quality advice, but they'll probably give you two slightly different interpretations. AI is not able to do that. All it knows is what's gone in. It doesn't have life experience. It only knows at the moment what's been fed to it and what it's learned. And it's learned a lot, but at the moment it can't do that. I can't think of the word, but that interpretation to really give an individual opinion that's really well informed, but also shaped to the unique issue that potential client has. And interestingly, you mentioned before languages and translation. So with my website, Mohami, I spoke to a friend of mine who works with cultural intelligence and training people on cultural intelligence in the Middle East, dealing with Arabs, basically. Because the culture is very different from where we come in Western world. It's different ways of doing business, very relationship driven, and just different ways of doing business. So I said to her, look, I really would like Mohami, which is at the moment all in English, written by real lawyers, not AI. It's real lawyers, qualified lawyers, vetted them all. And, how can we get this into Arabic? Because obviously that opens our market right up. We can go to Saudi Arabia, for example, and which is a lot more difficult to do in English at the moment. You know what? You can't just use Google Translate. You can't use just a translation, because she was explaining to me that it's not a literal interpretation. Writing something in English, a paragraph about a law or about a commercial concern, you can't translate that literally. It's going to mean not going to make sense in Arabic. There's a different meaning. There's so many different words in Arabic for one word in English. And so you can't just replace people with systems at the moment until there's a massive, massive improvement. You have to have that intelligence. You have to have that EQ, I guess, and that cultural intelligence to be able to, for example, to be able to be efficient and replace a person.